Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtottara Sadasri Srimad Abhay Charanavinda His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Skan BVD Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayat Mudirayet Nashtaprayestu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistuke Yam Syanubhavam Akilam Sutisharamekam Adhyatma Deepamatitir Satam Tamunnam Samsarina Karunaya Purana Guyam Tam Vyasasунamupayami Gurur Muninam. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of Fourth Order, Chapter 25, The Characteristics of King Puranjana, Text 53. We are hearing beautiful description of nice, very beautiful city. Nirretirnama paschadvas Taya yati Puranjana Vaisasam nama Visayam Rubdhakena samanvitaha Nirretirnama paschadvas Taya yati Puranjana Vaisasam nama Visayam Rubdhakena samanvitaha Nirretirnama paschadvas Taya yati Puranjana Vaisasam nama Veshayam Rubdhakena samanvitaha.
Niritirnama paschadvas.
Nirritirnama paschadvas.
Ayayati paranjana.
Tayayati puranjana.
Vaishasam nama vishayam.
Vaishasam nama veshayam.
Lubdakena samanditaha.
Lobdakena samanvitaha. Nirritirnama paschadvas. Ayayati puranjanaha. Vaishasam nama vesayam. Lubdakena samanvitaha. Niritirnama paschadvas. Tayayati puranjanaha. Vaishasam nama vesayam. Lobdakena samanvitaha. Niriti. Of the name Niriti. Nama. Called. Paschat. Western. Dwaha. Gate. Taya. By which. Yati. Used to go. Puranjanaha. King Puranjana. Vaishasam. Of the name Vaishasa. Nama. Called. Visayam. To the place. Lubdakena. By the friend named Lubdaka. Samanvitaha. Accompanied. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Another gate on the western side was known as Niriti. Puranjana used to go through this gate to the place known as Vaisasa, accompanied by his friend Lubdaka. Please repeat. Another gate on the western side was known as Niriti. Puranjana used to go through this gate to the place known as Vaisasa, accompanied by his friend Lubdaka. Purport. This is a reference to the rectum. The rectum is supposed to be situated on the western side of the eyes, nose, and ears. This gate is specially meant for death. When an ordinary living entity abandons his present body, he passes through the rectum. It is therefore painful. When one is called by nature to evacuate, one also experiences pain. The friend of the living entity who accompanies him through this gate is named Lubdaka, which means greed. Due to our greed, we eat unnecessarily, and such gluttony causes pain in the time of evacuation. The conclusion is that the living entity feels well if he evacuates properly. This gate is known as Niriti, or the painful gate. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamalan Sri Guru Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostati Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripi Vancha Kalpataru Vikshakripa Sindhu Vya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavibhi Namo Namah Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesya Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vas Adi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All right, this is the continuation of beautiful city of Puranjana. Eating is very important in life. All tradition, all living being. Forget about tradition. All the living being, they always annat bhavanti bhutani. All the living beings sustain on the food grain. Without that, we cannot exist on this planet. But then Krishna further says, explain in Bhagavad Gita that whatever you eat, I have to help you to digest the food for you. If I do not help you digesting with a special fire, then whatever you eat, you cannot get any nourishment. Aham Vaiswanara. The fire named Vaiswanara fire, Krishna remain within the belly. That is why we need to be very careful what we put inside our body, because there is Krishna inside as a fire. If we eat anything we like, then Krishna will not help you to digest the food. And as a result of eating all kind of bad food like meat, so many, if you go to Mexico, every item they cook with the fat comes from Barahadev, pig. It's called lard, right? They are so obsessed with that. Any cooking, cookies, any food items, even when they cook rice, they add that disgusting element in the food. And when they eat, and you can imagine the body become big, suffering a lot. Or when they go to the bathroom, it takes like hours. And it's not joking. I'm not joking. It's a serious thing. They spend most of their time in the bathroom every morning, 2 hours. Some people smoke. Some people take tea. And like that, then they have like a hernia coming out. It's just very serious health issues, health crisis. I am also an interpreter. Whenever I take a call and I listen so many Spanish and all the language call when I monitor, what happened? What brought you here to the hospital? And they, oh yeah, I have got constipation, and then I bleed when I go to Pastor. It's very hard for me. I have this and that problem. People cry like. Sometimes you hear people crying like same sound they produce when they cry, just like mother cows go to the slaughterhouse and she cries in fears. So you will be punished if you eat something which is not recommended for you. That's very normal signs. But a lot of people do not believe, do not understand, and do not take it seriously. And as a result, they suffer. And when they when they give up the body, when they die, when the soul comes out, they have no hope. They do not have anyone to remember at the time of death. and they scream in pain, and then they pass stool and urine. Their soul passes through the rectum, and they go to Adho Gachanti Tamasa, they go to the lower spaces of life. This is all going on, but we should be not driven by the greed. That's why scripture says that when food is offered and cooked and offered to the Lord in a sacrifice, the remnant from the Lord helps you to develop your mind, your brain, your intelligence, your everything good qualities. That's why you or anyone can understand and think about Krishna. Then Krishna consciousness is a little easier for those who actually regulate their eating habits. So be careful while going to the store and purchasing anything. Oh yeah, this is good, let me offer it. And then no, it's not healthy. It's not good habit for especially devotees. We try to, as much as we can, we need to limit the food that we consume should be from home, from temple, from offered food. But when you are traveling and we do not have always the same facilities, then devotees can buy some nice items, ingredients, and offer to the Lord and then honor it. So this is the science of the food. When your evacuation is clean and clear, then you can meditate on Krishna. Otherwise, we meditate on our belly and on our passing thing, and then we suffer and suffer and suffer. We don't have anything else to think. Our mind is occupied by pain and suffering all the time. So this mind should be empty from all these external things in this world, so that Krishna's thought come in our mind. Only healthy body can have that healthy thought of Krishna consciousness. So these are very common, basic rules for everybody. And tips is, before you go to bed, drink 1 cup of hot water, sip like you drink a tea, and go to bed on time, latest by 9. Maybe if you cannot go to bed at 9, maybe 10, the most latest, because within that 10 to 12 hours, your body need a complete rest. All the secretion, all this digestion, all this hormone creation, everything takes place within that time that balances your body next day. But when we eat too late in the night and go to bed too late, some people go to bed at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they sleep until 12 midday, noon. So this is not a regulation of life. So when we go too late and eat too much at night time, we cannot wake up in the morning. We miss Mangalarti. Devotees were asking Prabhupada, can we miss Mangalarti? Yes, when you die, you can miss it. What if I am sick? Yeah, bring a bed next to the temple and here. Listen, that much important it is to attain morning sadhana. Because in morning time, Surya Narayana appears from the east horizon. In Madhava Sampradaya, I just remember the story. In Madhva Sampradaya, we are also Madhva Sampradaya, but we have a little bit difference in understanding of Krishna. They say that they are not worshipping Surya Dev. Surya Dev is a personality, but Surya Narayana, Lord Narayan, personally resides within the sun planet in order to give this all light. The light you are seeing is coming from Lord Narayana, Lord Krishna. And when Krishna arises in the east in the morning, then we sleep, then we are ignoring the Lord. They consider sun rising as a Vyakta Narayana. We cannot see the Lord face to face every day in our dealing. Our Krishna is Abhyakta, he is in Vaikuntha Loka, but he has come here to purify the whole world as Surya Narayan. Then if you sleep at that time, this is called Brahma Muhurta, then you fail to receive the special blessings. So there's a natural clock Krishna designed in our body system that, naturally we have like some internal alarm in our body. We may not understand and realize now, but yogi, they realize this natural alarm of the body that in the morning wake up. To be honest, whenever I have to wake up in the morning, if I miss, like I get a dream, hey, quick, something dream comes, and then some devotee or somebody come and wake up, and then I have to run. Sometimes I miss Mangalarti, when I do it, I totally forget. Sometimes happen that like that. But most of the time, you will be reminded by the dream. But if you have very closely meditate and analyze and see that you have a natural alarm within your body that will awake you on time. It's very important to regulate our life because we are trying to get out from this material world. We are not simply wasting our time coming in the morning here, listening every day, same stories, doing same thing. Again, that's not is refreshing. Every day is a new thing. We are doing some serious business. So this is okay there, one thing. Now I would like to discuss about appearance day of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. Today is his appearance day. Is that okay? We hear something about him. Gopala Bhatta Goswami is one of the Sada Goswami in our Vaishnava line, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's great disciples, who gave the teaching of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to a form, a shape. They revealed the internal desire of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and transcribed those in literatures. And we are today getting all this philosophy, all this rasa siddhantas and all the things from our Goswamis. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he was stationed in Jagannath Puri. Then he decided to preach South Indian state in India. South India is very, very rich in culture. Very high class Brahmanas live there. If you see the Brahmanas between South India and North India, South Indians are very high class Brahmanas. Very high class Brahmanas, standard. If they pass gas, they take bath before they go to the service, to the altar. That much careful they are. Clean, maintaining cleanliness. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling different places in South India, spending some time here, some time there, and discussing the importance of Sankirtana Yajna to those South Indian Brahmana who were very much influenced by the teachings of Ramanujacharya. They were simply worshipping Mahavishnu in the mood of servitude, along with the Lakshmi Devi. Their Aradhya Devi is Lakshmi Narayana. They just see the mercy of the Lord and focus on worshipping the Lord with Lakshmi Devi, and very expert reciting so many mantras, and every day high standard deity worship, and chanting Sankirtan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They would not give so much importance. And their scriptures is Vishnu Purana. Even do not give much attention to Bhagavatam. Anytime they quote anything, Ramanujacharya, he wrote Sri Vasya and so many other scriptures. Main source of reference comes from Vishnu Purana, Padma Purana, other Puranas also, but main, primary is Vishnu Purana. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling. The worship of Radha Krishna is the highest. He was trying to preach this message to this high class Vaishnava Brahmana in the South India. And one time he reached to the Sri Rangam, where Ranganath temple is situated. Lord Ranganath is lying in a Sesanaga, right? See, this is how they worship Mahavishnu. We go higher than that and we see that personality. These all Mahavishnus are used, they manifest to create this universe. They are Krishna himself, but their function is different. So they focused on that external kripa of the Lord, that how the Lord is so great, how the Lord creates this whole cosmic manifestation in order to give you the special blessing kripa. So they follow the footpath of Lakshmi Devi. We do follow Srimati Radharani, Radhika. We are favoritists of Radharani. So, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached Sri Rangam temple, there is a beautiful river named Kaveri. We chant a mantra every morning, right? Before we chant, take snan, we chant a special mantra so that the water become holy water. What is that mantra? Gange Sayamuneshaiva Godavari Saraswati Narvada Sindhu Kaveri Jalesmin Sannidhim Kuru. This is the mantra we chant every day when we take a shower. Then that water, wherever it comes from, it becomes Ganga water. Ultimately, the source of all water is somehow or other, every water has connection to the Ganga water. The water comes to the ocean comes cloud rain become canyon, Grand Canyon and water canyon, and then the water we are taking showers. But our consciousness is, I'm taking shower with Ganges water every day. That's why we chant this mantra. My grandmother used to chant Gange, 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 Vishnu, 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 Vishnu. She used to take shower in the cold water. There is no hot water or anything, and then open space field, go to the river, extreme cold, and in that great agony, and she would scream like Vishnu, 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 Tale Vishnu, Tale Vishnu, Gange, 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 like that. They would always have that consciousness. And I'm the only one to get inspiration from my grandmother. That's why I was very dear to her, and she was very dear to me. So this is the consciousness, this Krishna consciousness that we are maintaining, we are remembering Krishna at all time, even while taking bath. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is a description in Srimad Chaitanya Charitamrita. Kaveri Snan Kaila देखिए रंगनाथ pranama stuti kaila karya kritartha hoila kritartha means like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took bath in Kaveri river and came to see the Lord of the darshan of Lord Sri Rangam, and he became very, very grateful. And Sri Rangam's temple is very great temple in the South India, and people do very huge pompous worship every day, and then devotees roar in these glories of the Lord, and then tumultuous sounds come out from the temple. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in and he started singing and doing darshan, he was lying flat on the floor. His singing could surpass the sound of all that they were doing. Everybody got shocked to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance in the temple and chanting the holy name, and he was doing pranama. He was like falling unconscious to the ground. All the South Indian Brahmana never had such experience in their life, neither in the past, nor that time, nor even now. They do not have much about this Rasika Bhava, just Dasya Bhava, worshipping the Lord with something like. They are great devotees, not minimizing their purity and standard, but they had never experienced such things before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when they saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all of them thought that this person must be demigod. Confirm. Because of my stress, the bird is like, oh, no, no, no. They thought this person must be demigod. It's not an ordinary person. And that after seeing that, Venkata Bhatta, he was the head pujari of that temple that time. Venkata Bhatta is the father of who we are talking today? Gopala Bhatta. Bhatta, there's Brahmins and Ramanuja Sampradayas. By being so much impressed from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's singing and dancing and doing the darshan, Venkata Bhatta invited him to come to his home. Because it was Chaturmasa was begun, and in Chaturmasa, sadhus, devotees, they do not travel. It's a rainy time, flooding, so many leeches and so many other things, the snakes come out. So they find a safe place and do bhajan. Do not even take care about their saving every day or cutting their nail or eating a big food meal. Simply, some sadhus, they even do not use their hand to eat during the Chaturmasa. They have a plate in a banana leaf, some food, and eat by mouth. So that you do not spend so much time to eat hand or okay, take time, wow, so nice, taste. They do not give any attention to external things, minimize everything, and focus on bhakti bhajan, chanting, studying, hearing, glories. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes home in the evening, Venkata's home, which is behind the temple, Srirangam. I have never been to South India, but many devotees have visited there. And Venkata Bhatta was only 8 years old that time. Sorry, Gopala Bhatta. Gopala Bhatta has another brother, Prabodhananda Saraswati. He becomes sannyas later. And Prabodhananda Saraswati was a small brother of Gopala Bhatta. Then during the stay of 4 months in the house of Venkata Bhatta, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed the philosophy of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And he used to, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very nicely knew the mood and heart of Venkata Bhatta, that they are the great worshipper of Lakshmi Devi, Narayana. So one day he asked Venkata Bhatta, Venkata, who is great, Krishna or Vishnu? And Venkata Bhatta obviously said, Vishnu is great. There is no doubt. If Vishnu was great, so great, then he brought the logic, because he was not trying to defeat or harass him or put him down, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was slowly injecting the philosophy, in a complete philosophy. Because all the Vaishnava Sampradaya, they only worship the Lord, Vishnu, Krishna, but in different level. Like in one grade, we have same thing, plus, minus, all this subtraction, addition. But when you go to the same class, to second grade, we use the same tools, but we learn a little bit higher. And we go to the grade, third grade, everything sign remain the same, but we study little higher. This way we learn the math. And all Vaishnava Sampradaya are also talking about Krishna, but one Sampradaya has understanding up to this level, another Acharya bring it to the another level, and another Acharya bring it to this level, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought it to the highest level. That's it. Nobody is doing wrong or less or more or nothing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought Madhva Sampradaya to the different level and make it even more clearer and more perfect and everything. Then if Vishnu was so great, why Sri Lakshmiji wanted to come to Vrindavan when Krishna was performing rasa dance? She was not allowed even to come and join, but she was desperately looking for it. It doesn't make sense to me that Vishnu is great. Even though in Tattvataha, in Siddhanta, in philosophy, there is no difference between Vishnu, Krishna, Rama, Narayana, all these forms, tattvas. But then Venkatavatta had felt like he was defeated, and he felt so bad for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that Lakshmi is, or Vishnu is lower to Krishna. And then when Lakshmi ji could not take part in that rasa dance, then she went other Kamyaban or some other forest of Vrindavan and then meditated, did tapasya to be able to come to the rasa dance. And later on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the mood of Venkata, that he was kind of depressed. Then he says, actually, Lakshmi ji was there in the rasa dance in the form of Radharani, Srimati Radharani, who is Mahalakshmi, who is the form of original source of Sri Lakshmi Devi. So in that way, Lakshmi ji was there in the rasa dance. So she is still great. Don't worry, Venkata. And Venkata was okay, happy then. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was visiting, talking to so many visitors during that 4 months, little boy Gopala Bhatta, who was 8 years, he would completely listen all the conversation that they would discuss with great attention. And that boy would, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu put him on his own lap and then give him the remnant of Mahaprasadam to eat. This way, he had received the complete blessing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And before he leave the house of Venkatavatta, he instructed Gopal Bhatta, your parents are pure devotees. You need to serve them as long as they live. But never get married. Once your parents passes away, come to Vrindavan. I have to dedicate a big task to you to preach this message of Krishna consciousness. But before your parents die, do not come and do not marry. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would always want his disciple remain nice sticky brahmacharis. Why? Because to preach. A family man, they are already busy with their family affairs. They are struggling with so many difficulties. Preaching cannot be done from them. So if one is a brahmachari, lives in a temple, in Kali Yuga, nobody can really brahmachari. Just to know. But for the sake of preaching, just like look at Parameshwar Prabhuji. He doesn't have to go to office. He doesn't have to go to buy groceries for his kids. He doesn't have to go to buy saris for his wife. He doesn't have to go to buy a apartment, a room, or a house, land, nothing. He's just free all the time. So as soon as he has time, he just drive away and then go and distribute this kripa, mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why he is fulfilling the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tare dekho yare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. That's what he is doing. Because he is very smart and intelligent and he has time to do it. So that was the instruction to Gopala Bhatta before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left home. And all the Goswamis in Vrindavan, except one Goswami, all of them were unmarried. Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami was married, but that marriage was not from his heart. He was trying to escape his family many times, but they would bring him back. His father was ultra rich. That's what Biden used the word ultra rich. After I'm gone, the power is going to go to the hand of ultra rich. If we do not check them, they might destroy our democracy, the political statement. Then Raghunath Das Goswami, he ran away, he came back, and they forcefully married him. And again, he was not interested with his wife, and his father says to his wife, Dekho, look, such a beautiful woman cannot attract him, so how can we attract him? Let him go. Leave him alone, whatever he wants to do, let him do. So, Gopal Bhatta Goswami now, his parents are old and passed away. His brother had already taken sannyas. Prabodhananda Saraswati in our Gaudiya Vaishnava, he is considered as a sannyasa ceremony. Before that, in Ramanuja, in Sampradaya, there was not a tradition to become a sannyasi. They would remain a husband and wife and worship Lakshmi Narayana. They consider that worshipping Lord alone is not complete. So you must need husband and wife in order to worship the Lord. You see? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard that Gopala Bhatta is coming to Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent one asana, the sitting place, and his loin cloth, kopin, as a Mahaprasadam to Gopala Bhatta. When Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, they welcomed him in the Vrindavan, Sanatana Goswami, I think Sanatana Rupa Goswami put that kopin in his neck as a salt and gave that seat, the asana, to Gopal Bhatta and tell him to sit. And he said, oh, no, this is the blessing from Lord Chaitanya. I cannot sit on it, I will worship it. Then Sanatana Goswami, he chastised a little bit. Don't be too much humble. Humble is okay, but when you disobey the orders and become humble, and that humble is negative humble, it will not help you in advancing Krishna consciousness. Rather, it will make you more down. So your humility, your humbleness needs to be used appropriately. Just like gopis did when Krishna had a headache. All the great personalities, they said, no, I don't want to be sinful by giving the dust from my feet. I don't want to go to hell. They were trying to be humble. But Radharani, we don't care going to hell. If it helps Krishna, headache, we don't care for ourselves. That is real humility. So then later on, Gopala Bhatta understood. Then when he was living in nearby Radhakunda area and in Vrindavan, so after he left, he did not have money to go to Vrindavan. I think Ramananda Raya, he arranged some money for Gopala Bhatta to come to Vrindavan Dham. And after being situated there, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, later on he traveled to Nepal. Why did he go to Nepal? Because there is Saligram Sila in Mukti Kshetra, Gandaki river. Even today, it is tradition that all South Indian, they do not take trip to Vrindavan. Nowadays, they do some little bit, but their heart is not in Vrindavan. That they want to go to Mukti Kshetra and get Saligram Sila and worship. Thousands of devotees every year come to Nepal and go to Muktinath and collect Saligram and they come home. And Gopala Bhatta Goswami went to Gandaki, took shower, and when he was coming out from the water in his kamandalu, he found 12 little tiny Saligram Silas. Then he thought, oh my God, so maybe I just I scooped from the river that the Saligram Silas I cannot take home because Mother Gandaki is mother for them. They cannot be happy without mothers. Their mother, if I take them away from there, then it will be offense. And he put them back. And these Silas again came back to his kamandalu. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Then Gopala Bhatta understood that maybe they want to come to me. And he brought them to Vrindavan, 12 Silas. And among 12, one was the main primary Sila that he would worship. And one day, by seeing that very dedicated worship of Saligram Sila by Gopala Bhatta, a big businessman who was very much impressed and influenced, and he wanted to offer some worshipping paraphernalia, money, clothes, jewelries for deity worship. But Venkata, after receiving all these things, he was sad in his heart. So I got so much wealth, but how do I use it? Because my silas are very tiny. They do not have a body to give to wear all these things. And he was kind of sad in his heart and sleeping one day. And Lord appeared in his dream. Venkata, I have arrived. Go and see in a tree behind the yard that I am there. Now, next day morning when Venkata Gopala Bhatta woke up and see that he found a nice, beautiful deity out of Saligram Sila. So Radha Ramana is one of the self-manifested deity in Vrindavan. Not too many, maybe 2 or 3 deities that are self-manifested. All the other deities were established by Goswamis. And Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they always worship Krishna along with Radha. In Vrindavan, Madan Mohan, Radha Gopinath, they were by themselves. Radharani was not there before. And devotees would meditate that Radharani is in the heart of Krishna. This is how they would see darshan of Radharani, in the heart of Krishna. But later on, when Janava Mata came, she thought people might misunderstand about our worship, that we must establish Radharani as well, along with Krishna. Even though we know that Radharani and Krishna, they never separate, they are always together. But in order to preach to the public, we must establish Radha, Krishna, or separate deities. Sri Gaurnitai ki. But with Radharaman, there is no Radharani. Sri Gaurnitai ki jai. And Gopala Bhatta Goswami make a asan for Radharani next to him, next to her. And no acharyas at that time criticized that act, that way of worship. by Gopala Bhatta Goswami, and later on the Radharaman Parivar, they explained that Krishna was self-manifested from Saligram. Then if he would need Radharani, then Radharani would self-manifested. Since he did not manifest Radharani, so we will let him alone and just have seat for Srimati Radharani. And if you see, Radharaman is the only deity in all Vrindavan that has teeth and nail. Naturally. And if you see other side, then you can see some mark of Saligram Sila, so that people would know that this deity is coming out from Saligram Sila. And when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur later on visited Vrindavan, nobody welcomed him. But the Radharaman devotees from the Radharaman, they welcome Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and gave place to him. Other people would like to kill Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, because Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would see that inner heart of these people, devotees, they are not doing right thing. They were doing all kind of sinful activities in the name of practicing bhakti yoga. So now these from Gopala Bhatta, they have they call it Radharaman Parivar, the family of Radharamana. They really appreciate Prabhupada, that Prabhupada was preaching to the West. It was the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are the only people who understand the preaching of ISKCON to the Western world. Everybody else blame that we brought all these Western devotees into bhakti and mix everything and polluted everything. That's how their consciousness is. So Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, they instructed Gopala Bhatta Goswami to write some book in order to preach Brahmana community, because Sanatana and Rupa, they were what is the word? You are expelled from the society. You are restricted from the society because you are accepting the service job from Muslim rulers. So if they would write the Samskara book, then people would not give much attention. So Sadkriyas Sar Deepika, the book Gopala Bhatta Goswami, it was written by Sanatana Goswami, but Rupa Sanatana Goswami, they had Gopala Bhatta Goswami to publish in his name so that Brahman community would listen that message. So Gopala Bhatta Goswami included all the Vaishnava samskaras along with the philosophy, that what is the importance of worshipping Radha Krishna. Why not we should focus on worshipping all the demigods. So he gave philosophy and samskaras. And some people blame that Gopala Bhatta Goswami stole and put his name in these books, but that was not the truth. It was actually, when he went there, he requested Jiva Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, please do not mention my name in any of your writings. That much humble Gopala Bhatta Goswami was. He didn't want it to be glorified. That was the idea. All right, it's already 55. We stopped Kirtan at 7:55 and we ended class at 8:55. We spent 1 hour time here with you. Any quick questions or realization, please?
Was he the youngest Goswami, or was it Raghunath?
I do not have an answer to this.
I think it's either him or Raghunath.
Yeah, maybe either one of them. We will find out. Okay. Thank you. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhaktavinda ki jai. Another thing that also lesson